Hello guys, Lego Master Reviews here, and today I upgraded some of the minifigures from the Lego Dune Atreides Royal Ornithopter set. In this set, I do think some of the minifigures are very good and super detailed. Others could definitely use some minor changes, and others need some major changes, and you can kind of see that with all these minifigures here. So with that out of the way, let's jump right on into this video. First up is Gurney Halleck. You'll see here that I made no changes to this minifigure. I personally think this is about as close to perfect as you can get. There's not much you can honestly upgrade here. I think the hair is great, face print looks amazing, all these pieces and prints look awesome as well. The only thing I could really think of was the arms, and the closest thing I could find to that was these arms from the Bricktober Tony Stark minifigure. And I don't know, it has a little orange in there, it's not accurate. So I just decided to leave the minifigure just as is, because I think it honestly looks really great. Next up is Dr. Liette Kynes, and you can see I made no changes to this minifigure either. I just honestly think it's pretty perfect. The hair is great, the face print's super accurate, the torso and legs are also really cool, and the cape is also very nice, and I just really don't think you could change this minifigure that much. The only thing that could really be upgraded is the arms, and I really couldn't find any printed arms in that gunmetal gray color, so I think this minifigure is great and there was no changes to be made. The last minifigure I didn't upgrade is Lady Jessica. I honestly think this minifigure just looks so great. The only things that really would need upgrading are the arms, and the only gold arms I could find with printing are these C-3PO ones, and honestly I think sometimes too much detail can be too much detail. This wasn't really necessary, so I decided to use the plain gold ones. Honestly, I think this minifigure just looks incredible. The first minifigure I did do an upgrade to is the Duke Leto Atreides. Most of the minifigure is the exact same, but I swapped out the hair for the Doctor Strange hair. I think that little bit of gray just adds a lot of detail that was needed, and I think this minifigure looks a lot better with that hairpiece. And it's honestly coming a lot of Doctor Strange minifigures too, so you can get this one basically off most Doctor Strange minifigures that are on shelves right now. So that's very nice. I think this minifigure looks a lot better with that hairpiece. Next up is Duncan Idaho, and most of this minifigure is so accurate. That face is amazing, and the torso printing also looks great. The only thing I did upgrade were the legs, and they're from the CMF Series 24 Karat mascot. I think it adds so much detail with that nice dual molding there, and I'm so happy how it turned out, despite how simple it is. And here is Paul Atreides, and you might have saw my short yesterday where I used the normal Paul Atreides head, then I just put the BTS hair in there, and I do think this does look great. It's a great alternative to the hair included. But then Nadia Yachi 9892, I apologize if I butcher that name, suggested that I should use the head from Chandler Bing, as it resembles Timothée Chalamet a lot more. And I honestly think it makes this minifigure look so good. It is the exact same hair mold, just in brown this time. But then I just put the Chandler Bing face on there. I think it looks so accurate. And obviously it has the CMF Series 24 Karat mascot legs. I think those look amazing on him as well. And another hairpiece I can recommend is this one from Phyllis from the Office set. And for some reason, when you put it on the Paul minifigure in the royal outfit, you'll see that it really doesn't look that great. But for some reason, when you put Paul in the still suit, I think this hairpiece looks fantastic. I don't know if it's a personal thing. When I put the other hairpiece on him, I don't think it really looks that great. But when I have this hairpiece on him, I think it actually looks pretty accurate. So again, let me know if that's just a mental thing, or if you see that as well. I think if you have Paul in the royal outfit, I recommend using this hairpiece with the Chandler Bing head. And if you have Paul in the still suit, I still recommend using the Chandler Bing head and then just put the hair from Phyllis on him. Next up is Chani, and this is a minifigure I did struggle with upgrading because I think most of the minifigure is very good, except for that hairpiece that Lego included. So I looked through a bunch of my minifigures, and I finally settled on the hair from Padme from Attack of the Clones. I think that hairpiece looks really great, and even on the other side of the face, I think it also looks great. So that's the one I do recommend using. Another hairpiece that I found, oddly enough, that kind of worked was the hair from Duncan Idaho. I think that looks very great as well, and it definitely works for Chani, but obviously, Duncan Idaho is going to be Paul then. So that is an option as well, and it literally comes in the same set, so that's going to be a very easy one to do. But yeah, I would recommend using this one overall, because I don't think the one Lego included is very accurate, but I think either of those options are very solid. And lastly, here's the Baron Harkonnen, and this is another minifigure I really did struggle with upgrading, because honestly, I think it's pretty perfect. I think the face print looks great, and this giant cloth piece is so awesome. And then the legs and torso really don't need upgrading. You can't even see them, so I actually didn't put anything there, but I did upgrade the arms. They're from the Highwayman minifigure. They just had a little bit of nice detail on the sides there. It's definitely not necessary, but if you want a little bit of detail, then Lego gives you, I think that's a great option to do, and that's why I ended up doing it. But that's going to do for my video on upgrading the Lego Dune minifigures. Please let me know in the comments down below which upgrade that I did is your favorite. I personally really like how Paul turned out, just because he was the one that definitely needed the most upgrading, but I also really like how Duncan Idaho turned out as well. It's crazy how much dual molded legs can do for a minifigure. But again, let me know which one's your favorite, and also let me know if you want to see me do any more Dune content leading up to Dune Part 2, because I cannot wait for that movie. But thank you so much for watching this video. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed this video and have an incredible day. Bye.